What's up, YouTube? Erbwars here, and I've been gone for a few weeks, but I am back. And guys, Atari has purchased Intellivision. Yes, your YouTube feed is full of videos of people talking about it, and yes, everybody seems pretty positive about it. Now, somebody like me, who I am I'm a huge game fan in general, but I'm very big on Intellivision. In fact, I'm still going for the 125 Intellivision cartridges. Which is kind of funny because in the acquisition, they purchased 200 games, so I wonder what the other games are. Anyways, rambling, usual me, but Atari bought Intellivision. I originally read this on Twitter, and I thought it was a hoax. I was like, ha 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 ha, yeah, actually that'd kind of be a good idea. But then I went onto YouTube, and there was a bunch of videos, and I was like, wow, is this real? So I had to watch it, and it turns out that it's real. Now, the first time I read this, I was a little annoyed, and I'll explain to you, because I still am one of those people that have their pre-order for the Amico. Now, do I think the Amico is going to come out? At this point, no, but I was very enthused in 2018 or 19 when we made the original pre-order for the Founders Edition. And I was really excited for that console. And listen, I know it's very controversial, and I know a lot of people get upset about it, but I honestly was looking forward to that console, because at the time, my kids were a little bit younger, and the whole co-op gameplay with classic games that I knew and really loved, I thought would be cool. Now, did I grow up with an Intellivision growing up? No. We had an Atari 2600. I got an Intellivision Lives on the PS2 when I was, I don't know, a teenager, or then one of those plug-and plays, because I've always been like a video game historian, collector, enthusiast, whatever you want to call it. So I really related to the Intellivision at a young age, and I thought, hey, this would probably be a console that would be easy to try to collect every cartridge, which I'm still personally pursuing, and it's not as easy as I thought. 12-year-old, maybe 10 or 8-year-old me. But so Atari has purchased Intellivision, the name, the brand, the mascot, you know, Mr. Running Man, 200 of their games, but they did not purchase the Amico N, like the Amico project. So that answered a bunch of questions, because I was going to say, do I have to pre-order if there is one? Am I in the back of the line? Because half the stuff that Founders Edition supposedly came with, well, if it ever comes out, will not come with. You know, the Tommy Tallarico CDs. What else was it supposed to come with? It was supposed to come with, I can't even remember at this point. It's been so long. I mean, I'm talking about 2019, whatever. But now Atari purchases them. And what do? The following day, on the Atari VCS, they released Dark Caverns for the VCS, which is the M Network version of Night Stalker. So M Network were the cartridges that you could play Atari 26. It plays on the Atari 2600. It's basically the Intellivision's Atari brand, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they release a lot of their games for Atari 2600, but under the M Network branding, and the games are different compared to the Intellivision games slightly. And so I'm pretty excited, because let me tell you, now that Atari purchased them, we're actually going to see things happen. The Amico N, they're going to have to rebrand and come out with their own name. I imagine they're going to use Amico. I'm not even sure what their game plan is at the moment, because they're talking about making the controllers and Amico home. I don't know anything about that. I've kind of been out of the loop purposely, because I'm not interested in the mobile version of the games. But with Atari purchasing them, we're going to possibly see, well, we already have seen some Intellivision games make its way to the VCS. And the other reason I'm really, really excited about this purchase is, once I found out that they weren't associated with the Amico and all, my whole attitude and demeanor and everything got a lot more enthusiastic about the whole situation, is because they own Digital Eclipse. And anybody who knows anything about Atari and Digital Eclipse is the studio that put together Atari 50th. They're also the people that put together the Jeff Minder project or game, with the story of that, and the history of Karateka. They do really good history games, and if you are a person, historic, interviews and all that, if you're a person who's like a video game historian, you would really appreciate their work and what they do. And could you imagine if they did that with the Intellivision? There's so much about Intellivision that people don't realize or know, including myself. And those interviews and the way that they make the way they made the Atari 50th game, if they could do that with Intellivision, man, that would be awesome. And another thing is like a lot of people have been saying, is with the 2600 plus, you're able to play your 2600 games on a modern TV, and it just makes it more convenient for people who don't want to connect it to a CRT, or stuff like that. And you can collect the newer Atari games that they're putting out. And that's another thing. Atari has been putting out cartridges of newer games or games that weren't released, and releasing them. As you guys know, if you've been watching this channel, I pick them all up. But they could do that with Intellivision games now and make an Intellivision Plus, or make the adapter to be able to play Intellivision games on the 2600 Plus, or make the cartridges like the M Network cartridges where they're able to fit into the Atari 2600 Plus. The options are endless, and I think that this is huge for the gaming community, and it's huge for Intellivision, because Intellivision's name has been run through the mud since 2020, since the first delay of the D'Amico, and I think that this is a step forward. They could start making some recharge games. Thunder Castle would be awesome. For people who don't know, I don't know if anybody is big into iMagic. Their version of Demon Attack on Intellivision is 1,000 times better, in my opinion, than the 2600 version. So that would be really cool if we could get games like that on the VCS as well. And yes, I did purchase Dark Caverns because the second one up, I purchased it. Do I have copies of them? Yes. Do I have other ways of playing the game? Yes. But I want to support Atari and the VCS store as much as possible. And let's hope and pray we get more Intellivision games and Intellivision releases from Atari. I feel like I've rambled on long enough. I know I seem really excited about this because I am excited about this. But let's just hope that they bring back the Intellivision brand. And, who's to say that they won't go after even more companies? I mean, Atari has been purchasing companies left and right this past couple of years. And they really have been kicking ass on the Atari VCS. And they've also, released the 2600 Plus, the Game Station Pro. And they've been releasing all these games physically, which is a lot of fun as well. So anyways, guys, I know I've rambled enough. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Erbwars out.